John starts with nothing but raw logs, a snowy clearing, and a plan. He builds a simple A-frame shelter by hand, seals it with green branches, sleeps beside the fire. Then the story jumps to something much bigger. A stunning earth-covered winter cabin with a porch, a window, stacked firewood, and a real front yard. Watch the full video to see how a rough survival shelter turns into a cabin that looks truly livable.
John follows the snowy stream, walking deeper into the quiet forest. He stops in an open clearing, studying the ground like he has found the build site. John drags the first logs into the clearing, starting the heavy work right away. He clears the ground and places two long poles side by side, marking out the base. The handsaw gets to work, cutting each log down to the right size. John splits and shapes the log ends, working carefully on each joint before raising the frame. The base is adjusted into place, and the cross pieces begin locking together. He keeps carving the joints so the frame will sit much tighter on the ground. Two large poles rise into an A shape, and the shelter finally starts to appear. John braces and adjusts the angle because if the first frame leans wrong, the whole night gets harder. He adds another rear support, turning this into a real roofed shelter. Long poles are leaned across the roof, slowly filling in the gaps of the rough frame. The first fire is lit at the entrance, a sign that the first workday is almost done. John cooks a simple meal beside the stone fire, getting some strength back in the cold woods. Night falls very quickly, and only the fire and the shelter remain visible in the forest. The next morning opens on a cold, damp forest, like a brand new chapter for the build. John returns to the clearing, starting to gather fresh green branches for the roof. He pulls each bundle onto the frame, making the shelter warmer and far less exposed. The front is trimmed into shape, and the crawl-in entrance now looks much clearer. John lays more wood inside, preparing a bed that sits higher and drier than the ground. Small poles are set tightly together as a platform, and it already looks like a sleeping bed. He presses the floor slats close together, not wanting the bed to shift during the night. The green roof grows thicker layer by layer, and the shelter begins to look like a true little hut. John finishes the roof edge and the front, so the cold wind cannot blow straight inside. From outside now, the shelter looks far more hidden and much warmer than before. He turns to the area in front of the entrance, as if preparing a small living space. John splits stakes and builds a low frame at the front, starting a windbreak wall. One pole after another is set upright, forming a wooden barrier around the entrance. He lights the fire again, keeping the stove area alive for warmth and energy. Beside the fire, John also works on a few small wood details left unfinished. Sunset slowly drops, and the build now has both a proper roof and a stable fire. Night falls once more, and the fire becomes the only real light in the dark forest. A new morning begins with glowing red coals, and John is back to work very early. He kneels by the front wall, setting and lining up each wooden stake one by one. From the first upright stakes, horizontal poles begin to lock in and form a wall. John taps each piece into place with the axe, making the front wall flatter and stronger. The front of the shelter keeps taking shape, looking less like a temporary lean-to and more like a real home. He works along the side as well, so both sides of the entrance feel balanced and less exposed. John brings more wood in, closing the front with even horizontal sections. is already quite high, turning the entrance into a small covered porch. He sits for a moment in front of the shelter, as if quietly judging the work so far. Then John adds a lower floor section in front, expanding the sitting area beside the fire. A small wooden table or platform appears, making the shelter feel far more livable. The mood softens here, like the hardest work is finally over and the comfort begins. John lays out food on the wooden surface, very simple, but incredibly warm and inviting. Candles are lit, the fire burns steadily, and the whole shelter turns cinematic. Meat is skewered and set near the fire, exactly the kind of reward this long build deserves. He cooks while tending the fire, keeping the night hot and secure. A close shot of the lamp covered in snow shows that the weather has turned much colder now. John appears in the snow, and the project now shifts into something far bigger. From the first wooden shelter, the video jumps to a nearly finished earth-covered cabin. The new front face appears with heavy support posts and a curved earth roof covering the whole structure. John works right in front of the new cabin, finishing the last details of the facade. Stacks of firewood fill both side walls, looking beautiful while adding smart insulation. The cabin now has a door, a window, and truly looks like a real place to live. John adjusts the area in front of the porch, cleaning the entryway and making it neater. He fits or moves the door panel, testing the front entrance until it works smoothly. From a distance, this earth-covered cabin looks perfectly hidden on the open hillside. John keeps cleaning the ground outside, clearly wanting the exterior to look as finished as the inside. New angles reveal the whole cabin shape, with only the outer landscaping left to finish. John works with timber right in front of the facade, most likely for the walkway or the step. He sets and adjusts more boards at the porch, making the entrance less rough and more complete. Snow slowly covers the whole clearing, but the cabin still feels warm because of the bright timber tones. John sweeps and clears the front yard again, keeping his habit of cleaning as he builds. Now the cabin stands fully revealed in the snow, rustic, beautiful, and very livable. He walks around the front, checking each section like a final inspection. From the window and the curved roof, you can see how far this build has moved beyond the first shelter. John also adjusts a few spots near the ground, where water and snow could collect later. Wide shots show the cabin standing still under the gray sky, and it looks stronger with every angle. John lingers near the door, fixing the porch edge and the entryway until it looks right. Snow keeps building on the curved roof, but the whole structure still looks extremely stable. The cabin is shown closer, revealing the tightly stacked wood walls and the small window. John stands beside the front, like someone finally able to admire what he has built. A run of shots shows the front porch being refined further with posts and handrails. At this point, the house is no longer just a shelter, but a true home standing out on the hillside. John keeps working around the doorway, finishing the small details that shape the whole build. The front porch frame shows up more clearly now, giving the cabin much more depth and warmth. The front cover and the layer of snow give the whole house a real winter character. Smoke rises outside, pulling the whole scene back into that survival spirit of self-reliance. John appears beside the porch in the drifting smoke, as if the house is finally ready to live in. An angled view shows the curved roof, the porch, and the wooden facade fitting together beautifully. He stands under the porch, then steps out again, still refining the area in front of the door. Snow covers everything around it, but the porch still feels dry and safe. The cabin is filmed in several static shots, showing just how finished the exterior really is. John sits or stands under the porch for a while, like someone finally allowed to breathe after a long journey. Every detail at the front now looks tidy, from the railings and support posts to the doorway itself. The scene shifts to the front yard, where John starts paving the ground with brick or stone. He places each piece into the ground, turning the muddy area in front of the cabin into a clean entrance. John works slowly on the paving because this part decides whether entering the house feels clean or rough. The area under the porch fills in piece by piece, and the cabin looks more like a finished home than ever. He keeps adjusting the last row of brick or stone, trying to leave the entrance level and neat. Wide shots now show the cabin with both a porch and a proper yard, beautiful and carefully finished. A red curtain or front cover appears, adding one more warm touch to the winter facade. John walks past the front one last time, checking everything again after hours of non-stop finishing work. The final shot holds on the house, closing the story from a rough shelter to an earth-covered cabin. John leaves the frame, leaving behind a build that feels both